Hello everyone, my name is Seung-hyuk Kim, radiologist at Seoul National University Hospital, and now I am serving as the chair of Archives Committee of WFUMB. I would like to talk briefly on the history of ultrasound and history of WFUMB to share that information with whom might be interested in those histories. The materials in this presentation are from WFUMB Digital Archives, which are collected by contributions of members of Archives Committee and Council members, publication of WFUMB and other ultrasound-related societies, and Internet searches. I'm in charge of WFUMB Archives Committee as a chair, and these are members and advisors of the committee. This photo was taken in 2015 in WFUMB Congress in Orlando, United States, and I'm with those members and advisors of Archives Committee: George Kossoff, Australia; Barry Goldberg, United States; Hiroki Watanabe, Japan; Michel Clodon, France; Hassan Garbi, Tunisia; and Harvey Nissenbaum, United States. WFUMB, World Federation of Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology, is a federation of 6 regional affiliated organizations. They are in alphabetical order: Asian AFSUM, AFSUMB, American AIUM, Australasian ASUM, ASUM, European AFSUM, EFSUMB, Latin American FLAUS, and Mediterranean and African MASU. Those 6 regional organizations have 93 country-based ultrasound societies that have more than 56,000 individual members. Again, 6 regional organizations and their logos, number of country-based societies, and number of individual membership belonging to them total 93 societies and 56,659 individual members. This graph shows changes of number of individual membership of WFUMB. You can see fast increase in 1990s and steady increase afterwards. These graphs indicate membership number of 6 regional organizations. WFUMB, with 6 regional member organizations that have 93 country-based ultrasound societies, is the most well-established medical ultrasound society covering the whole world. There are various other international medical ultrasound societies listed here, and WFUMB is putting efforts to enhance collaboration with those societies to promote ultrasound in medicine. According to WFUMB Constitution, the objectives of WFUMB are scientific, literary, and educational, with aims to encourage research, to promote international cooperation, and to disseminate scientific information. Through various activities, WFUMB promotes improved communication and understanding in the world community using ultrasound in medicine and biology. Therefore, the mission of WFUMB is to bring sustainable ultrasound programs to the underserved area of the world to improve global healthcare through collaboration, communication, and education. In 1973, WFUMB was officially formed at the General Assembly of Rotterdam Congress by the Association of 5 societies: American, Japanese, European, Australasian, and ophthalmological ultrasound societies. The first General Assembly elected Dr. Gilbert Baum as the president and approved the Constitution and accepted Pergamon Press as a publisher for its journal, Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology. This is a photo of Gilbert Baum, an ophthalmologist in the United States. Let's look at the ultrasound-related history before WFUMB was established in chronological order. Maybe we can trace ultrasound history back to percussion and auscultation invented by Austrian physician named Augenbrugger in 1761. In 1794, Italian physicist Spallanzani found that BAT is using ultrasound to locate and identify the objects and described this function as echolocation or biosonar. In 1819, French physician invented stethoscope. In 1826, a Switzerland physicist, Colladon, conducted experiments with his friend, mathematician Strom, on Lake Geneva. They measured the speed of sound in the water and demonstrate that sound travels over 4 times as fast in water as in air. In 1842, Doppler effect was discovered by Christian Doppler, Austrian physicist. After this, various instruments looking inside the body were invented: ophthalmoscope and the cystoscope by German physicians, and the laryngoscope by Spanish singer. In 1877, very important book, The Theory of Sound, was published by English physicist Lord Rayleigh. In 1880, piezoelectric effect was discovered by Curie brothers, Pierre and Jacques. In 1912, there was the tragic loss of the Titanic, and during World War I, first piezoelectric ultrasound transducer using a single large quartz crystal was developed by physicists from France, Soviet, and Canada, and they called it hydrophone. In 1928, a Soviet scientist, Sokolov, demonstrated that ultrasound could be used to detect hidden flaws in metals. During World War II period, scientists of England and United States invented pulse ecosystems with 2 separate transducers functioning as a generator and receiver separately, as well as reflectoscope with a single transducer functioning as both generator and receiver. In 1946, William Fry, American physicist, tried to use high-intensity ultrasound as a non-invasive surgical technique to treat brain-related disorders. In 1947, ultrasound images of cerebral ventricles were produced by Karl Dussig, Austrian physician, together with his brother Friedrich Dussig, a physicist, and they named these images hyperphonograms. These are Karl and Friedrich Dussig, and this is an instrument they used, and this is a hyperphonogram they produced. In 1947, Ludwig, a scientist in American Navy, did an experiment on detection of gallstones and foreign bodies using A mode, and this is an instrument he used. In 1949, an American physician, Wild, measured the thickness of excised bowel tissue using a Navy radar trainer operating at 15 MHz. In the same year in Japan, Uchida, chief engineer from the Japan Radio Company, and 2 physicians, Tanaka and Wagai, at the Juntendo University, invented A-mode metal flow detectors together with companies Nihon Musen and Mitsubishi. Later, Nihon Musen Company became a well-known Japanese ultrasound company, Aloka. In 1950, a book named Ultrasonics was published by Carlin, American radio engineering scientist. In 1951, John Wild, American physician, and John Reed, American electrical engineering scientist, invented the earliest handheld B-mode contact scanners for clinical use and produced the earliest ultrasound imaging of breast tumors in the living subjects. This is Wild, and this is Reed, and these are machines they invented, and these are images of breast they produced in living subjects. This is normal breast, and this is a breast with cancer appearing as this hyperechoic lesion. In 1951, Horry, American physician, built scanners for multi-position or compound scanning and recorded first cross-sectional ultrasound images using a 35mm camera. This is a photo of compound scanner in 1952 using cattle watering tank, and this is a transverse ultrasound image of forearm using this machine. This is a photo of ultrasound machine in 1954, and this water container was made by gun turret of B-25 bomber. Regarding ultrasound societies, American Institute AIUM traces its root to a meeting of 24 physical medicine specialists in a hotel room in Denver in 1951 while attending the American Congress of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, and AIUM was established next year, 1952. The first scientific meeting devoted to a medical ultrasound was probably the symposium organized by William Fry of the University of Illinois in 1952. In 1953, clinical echocardiography and echoencephalography were launched in Sweden, and in 1955, these spectacular cross-sectional ultrasound images of the limb and neck were published by Horry and Holmes in United States. In 1955 and 56, Doppler ultrasound was applied to cardiovascular investigation in Japan. New piezoelectric materials were discovered. OBGYN ultrasound was launched in UK, and orbit ultrasound was used in United States and Sweden. In 1958 and 59, an important article entitled Investigation of Abdominal Masses by Pulsed Ultrasound was published by Ian Donald in UK. First and second international congresses on ultrasound were held in Paris, France and Wuhan, China, and the ultrasonic research section of the National Acoustic Laboratory was formed in Sydney by Georgy Kossoff. Between 1960 and 62, Aloka produced their first commercial medical A scanner, the SSD-1 and 2, a compound water bath scanner named Mark I, which is also called Commonwealth's Acoustic Laboratory Echoscope, was completed in Australia. Peter Wells, who was the second editor-in-chief of UMB, Official Journal WFUMB, developed his version of the multi-joint articulated arm scanner in Bristol, England, and Physionics produced three-jointed articulated arm handheld scanner in United States, and in 1961, JSUM, Japanese Society of Ultrasonics in Medicine, was formed, and the first meeting was held in Juntendo University in Tokyo under the leadership of Toshio Wagai. In 1963, SmithKline Precision in New York introduced the Echoline 20, an A-mode and B-mode instrument for echoencephalography, and in 1965, the first commercial real-time scanner, Vidozone, was manufactured by Siemens Medical Systems, Germany, and in 1964, International Society of Diagnostic Ultrasound in Ophthalmology, CIDO, was formed, and the first international symposium was held in Berlin. 2 years later, in 1966, the second CIDO was held in Brno, Czechoslovakia, where Canadian neurologist Dennis White encouraged the executives of CIDO to open its membership to every aspect of diagnostic ultrasound. In 1969, the third CIDO in Vienna was renamed Ultrasound 1969, First World Congress on Ultrasonic Diagnostics in Medicine, including meetings of third CIDO and AIUM, and this was an important momentum for the birth of WFUMB in its history. This is a cover page of program of the Congress, which was held in Holbrook Palace, and these are photos of Auditorium, General Assembly, and Welcome Party. Australasian Society, ASUM, was established in 1970, and the European Federation, EFSUMB, in 1972. And the Rotterdam Congress, held in 1973, was named as the Second World Congress on Diagnostic Ultrasound, without including the name, biannual meeting of CEDAW. In the meeting, WFUMB was officially formed at the General Assembly by the Association of 5 Societies, AIUM, JSUM, EFSUMB, CEDAW, and ASUM. And the first General Assembly elected Dr. Gilbert Baum as the President and approved the Constitution and accepted Pergamon Press as a publisher for its journal, Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology. This is a cover page of the program, and these 2 pages are WFUMB Constitution approved at the first General Assembly. And this is Dr. Gilbert Baum, American ophthalmologist. After WFUMB was established in 1973, the first issue of UMB was published in September in the same year. 3 years later, in 1976, the first WFUMB Congress was held in San Francisco, United States. In the same year, Latin American Federation, FLAUS, was formed. Second WFUMB Congress was held in 1979 in Miyazaki, Japan, and in the third WFUMB Congress in 1982 in Brighton, UK, there was a symposium on ultrasound in developing countries, including Kenya, India, Egypt, and Korea, and the first WFUMB Congress was held in 1985 in Sydney. MASU was established in 1986 and AFSUM in 1987. In 1988, the 5th WFUMB Congress was held in Washington, D.C., United States. In 1988, the first issue of WFUMB News was published, and in the same year, History and Archives Committee of WFUMB had a historical symposium on diagnostic ultrasound, and Kodak Health Science published the proceedings of this meeting with the title of Medical Diagnostic Ultrasound, a retrospective on its 40th anniversary. In 1989, the first commercial 3D scanner, Combison 330, was produced by Austrian company Kretz-Technik. The 6th, 7th, and 8th WFUMB Congresses were held in Copenhagen, Sapporo, and Buenos Aires. In 1997, WFUMB website was established. 9th and 10th WFUMB Congresses were held in Florence, Italy, and Montreal, Canada. In 2002, the first issue of current WFUMB newsletter, Echoes, was published. And in 2003, a CD-ROM on history of medical ultrasound has been compiled under the supervision of the Archives Committee of WFUMB. In 2004, the first WFUMB COE was opened in Bangladesh. At the time, COE was Center of Excellence, but now it is Center of Education. In 2005, a WFUMB-sponsored book entitled Manual of Diagnostic Ultrasound in Infectious Tropical Diseases was published by Harald Lutz and Hassan Garbi. In 2006, the 11th WFUMB Congress was held in Seoul, Korea, and the Congress President was Byung-in Choi. In 2007, at the AIUM meeting in New York, it was agreed that from 2009, AIUM office would take care of WFUMB secretarial services through the AIUM office in Washington, D.C. 12th WFUMB Congress was held in 2009 in Sydney. and from this time the interval between WFUMB congresses and the term of WFUMB officers was reduced from 3 years to 2 years. So from 2011, WFUMB Congress was held every other year, in Vienna in 2011, in Sao Paulo in 2013, in Orlando in 2015, and in Taipei in 2017, and this year, 2019, in September in Melbourne, Australia, and 18th WFUMB Congress will be held in 2021 in Timisoara, Romania. From 2018, WFUMB Secretarial Service moved to UK. This is a summary table of WFUMB Congresses from 1976 First Congress in San Francisco to 10th Congress in 2003 in Montreal. From 11th Congress in 2006 in Seoul to 18th Congress in 2021 in Timisoara. Center of Education is a very important part of WFUMB. WFUMB COE offers education in ultrasound for doctors and medical personnel. WFUMB COE should be recommended by Ultrasound Society of its country or region and recognized by WFUMB, and a dedicated person is appointed as director and is in charge of COE. WFUMB COE provide education in medical ultrasound in developing or underserved countries and serve as a reference center for the region. Now WFUMB is running 13 COEs throughout the globe, and these are names of COEs and the year established. In 2004, Bangladesh and Uganda COEs were established first, and the most recent one is Vietnam COE, established this year, 2019. The official journal of WFUMB is UMB, Ultrasound in Medicine and Biology. The first issue was published in September 1973 by Pergamon Press, and now publisher is Elsevier. Impact factor of 2017 was 2.645, and the 5-year impact factor was 2.620. This graph shows changes of journal impact factor according to year, and recent impact factor of 2017 is 2.645. And these are journal editors. First editor Dennis White, Canada, until 1992. Second editor Peter Wells, UK, until 2006. And the current third editor Christy Holland, United States. Manuals of Diagnostic Ultrasound is another important WFUMB publication. Some of them are published in cooperation with WHO and translated in various languages. WFUMB published many standards, guidelines, and recommendations, and the list is here. WFUMB published newsletter Echoes from 2002, and the last one, number 20 issue, was published in December 2018. Here are WFUMB presidents. In preparation period from 1967, Dr. De Vlieger was in charge, and the first WFUMB president who served for 3 years from 1973 to 76 was Gilbert Baum, American ophthalmologist, and the second president was Toshio Wagai, Japan, third Hans Müller, Switzerland, fourth George Kossoff, Australia, fifth Horace Thompson, United States, sixth Francis Vail, France, seventh Morimichi Fukuda, Japan, eighth Barry Goldberg, United States, ninth Harald Lutz, Germany, 10th Hiroki Watanabe, Japan, 11th Marvin Jiskin, United States, 12th Giovanni Seri, Brazil, 13th Michel Clodon, France, 14th Masatoshi Kudo, Japan, 15th, Hassan Garbi, Tunisia. 16th, Harvey Nissenbaum, United States. 17th, Christian Norse, Denmark. And 18th is myself, Seung-Hyup Kim, Korea. This is the end of my presentation, and I hope it might be a help you understand the history of ultrasound and history of WFUMB. If you have any questions or any comments, please email me.